Love and hate my own shop so much.
Alrighty, and welcome everybody to Nat One Fun. Welcome everybody to the Monday night show of Improv TTRPG. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Thank you guys for showing up and being here. I do agree. I agree. The music is a bop. You can find that song and everything like that on YouTube. If you go to our picture or go to our videos on YouTube, there's links to the person that actually made the audio. You should go check out their tracks. They have some really great 8-bit tracks, 16-bit tracks, whatever. What is it called? It's like bit music or chop music or I can't remember, but anyways, it's a style of music from the old school games and stuff like that. Anyways, check them out. That's cool. But let's talk about people we need to check out today for sure. Chiptune, you nailed it. Yeah, chat's on it. They know. I knew it was Chop or Chip or something, right? I got the Chip
You
right.
could have said anything. I would have been like, dope. I'm gonna just Google this later because it all sounds about right.
So yeah, guys, 1985 Games has got a lot going on right now. 1985 Games has an amazing Kickstarter that everybody needs to go check out if you haven't already. Go check it out. If you're watching on YouTube, the link will be down below in the description. But for everybody that's watching on Twitch, there's a couple links there in chat for you if you wanted to check it out. Some incredibly cool looking dice that come in very cool retro looking boxes. They are just amazing. They have like a very holographic look to them with very like shiny looking reflective like rainbow like interior stuff like inclusions.
Oils.
Yes. So is it ready, Dan? Is it done? It is not done. Trey is in chat asking if we have the 1985 commercial finished. I will have that for next week's stream. So that will be completed and done at that point, and you guys can check it out. So keep an eye out for that coming down the line. 1985 also has a commercial coming down the line, as well as the normal situation with 1985 Games. If you go to 1985games.com/p/nat1fun, you can check out their website and buy any kind of stuff from them, including the thing we use here on our Monday shows, which is the Deck of Stories, which is a kind of like a story building item that you can use. That right here we got two different kinds. We're gonna be using Jungle today, but you can use it to build your story by just using the card prompts on it. Really neat. But there's all kinds of other stuff on there. So go check out the website, go use that link. And if you are wanting to save even more money, go ahead and use code NAT1FUN during checkout, and you can save an additional 10% off. And you can see all that stuff is down below as well if you need help remembering. I would like to welcome to the show Juni. You all may know of this individual. You might have seen him once or twice around on the internet.
Once, maybe, yeah.
But
I'm usually in Dan's closet.
this guy, I guess we have him every other Wednesday on Running Fey Wild. He is a member of our Nat One Fun game, Running Fey Wild, and you can catch him every other Wednesday as Valathorian or Noah. Yeah, so Juni, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I am both incredibly excited and nervous. I'm so, yeah, this is all the right feelings right now.
So
all the feelings.
Juni is very familiar with my DMing style. I've kind of introduced him through Running Fey Wild. He's seen some other stuff I've been in and everything like that. But today, I'm kind of tossing the buck to him, and he is going to be DMing for Justus and I. So yeah, so that's gonna be fun.
Yes, I made sure that since I had about an hour's notice, I took every scenario. Every scenario I knew in my life, every character voice, every NPC I kind of had tucked away in my back pocket. I took them and put them in a little box, and I locked it, and I tucked it aside because I am a glutton for punishment, and I was like, "Oh, completely off the dome, zero prep. All right, let's do this." I'm going in like a new slate. I'm going to learn how to role play, and this is going to be fun.
He's got the
Right
like
from
the
I'm start from
full-on
the
newborn
Yep.
baby, never
Mhm.
played before kind of aspect here. Yeah. He's in for a treat though, because again, that's straight up what it is. It's all improv. So if you haven't seen the
Mhm.
show before, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the deck of stories from 1985 games. And as I was saying before, kind of in the introduction of the show, the deck of stories is a really good tool that you can use to basically take your game to an easier to use, like user friendly story building item. So basically, the deck of stories comes in this pack, and we're going to go ahead and make the swap over. Let me start the IV cam. We're going to start the camera here. Hopefully it connects immediately. Boom,
I don't
bang.
like the glare. I don't like the glare on my glasses, but you know what? I don't need to read for this. I don't need to read for this. Like, here we go. This is just
Who
you're gonna
needs to
tell me the words.
read? All
That
right.
means going in blind a whole new level.
My
Oh, yeah, I'm going
transition.
in. I could barely see y'all, so this is gonna be super duper. What is this? Is this your bathtub?
This is my bathtub.
Okay.
This is my dice rolling tray. But anyways, this is what we're looking at here,
Doubles as his
friends.
bathtub.
It doubles as my bathtub. It didn't want to stay zoomed. This is what happens when you use your cell phone, folks, as a camera. Just zoom. Okay, that's fine. So this is what we're going to be using today, the deck of stories. Now, the normal thing that we usually do is we do this blue box, the deck of stories. It comes with an entire deck's worth, 52 cards plus of different stories, of different story beats that you can use to enhance your game. This is an expansion to said box, and here you can see it's almost like opening a pack of Pokemon cards.
It's
But
really good. I love them.
yeah, so first off, the packaging is
Have
awesome.
you not opened this?
No, this is gonna be a brand new opening
Ooh,
of this pack.
it's a pack opening. Oh, man, I'm addicted to this. This is scratching an itch
Yeah,
that you didn't even know
you
I
get a
had.
you get a
Yeah.
2-in-1. You get a 2-in-1 here. So,
Mhm.
this one, I don't think it says how many are actually in here. Justice, do you know how many are in these expansions?
18.
18. So we have 18 expansion. Okay, let's do it from this side. Oh, oh god. Here we go
You
again.
ruined it.
Hold
I'm
on.
so upset.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god, you're butchering it. Oh
I
my
Oh,
god, poor
uh,
baby. That case
they have
that plastic was nice.
yeah, but they had little perforated marks that I tried to use, and I wanted to do it like a Pokemon. Okay, whatever.
I feel like you just aren't experienced enough at opening packs.
I mean, I'm
Mhm.
not gonna lie, I'm not good at it. All right, so here you can see we can explain the system. If you haven't seen the show, I'm going to explain to you exactly what we're talking about. If you have seen the show, please bear with me for just a moment. So as you can see at the very top of here, the word orc kind of gets repeated and some of the letters are highlighted. The O and the R and the C all stand for the individual ways you can use these cards. So the O is your opening statement. So basically the opening to your story. The R is for the what is it? I said it before.
Rising?
Thing.
Rising action. All right,
Mhm.
exactly. And then the C, of course, for closing, or
Climax,
conclusive or
right? Something like
climax.
that, or yeah.
Yep. So it is basically your start, your middle, and your end. So as you can see, some of these cards are better suited for like the start of an adventure, or maybe the middle of an adventure, or even maybe just the close of an adventure. But they differentiate. And the one thing that I like to do on this show, if you haven't seen it before, is I like to tell people that these are high fantasy. You know, they are kind of focused on more of like a D&D like how would you say it's more based in like the D&D
Very
world.
fantasy focused.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
So yeah, you know, like Pathfinder, D&D, that kind of stuff. But you can absolutely use these cards to do whatever. We've been doing space a lot. There's been cyberpunk style stuff. We've even done like a realistic, almost like Call of Cthulhu style game. It is up to interpretation, and that is where the improv comes in, right? So, Juni, you get the honors of telling me where to stop, and that is going to give us our initial card. And basically, if it doesn't land on an O, that's fine. We'll just redraw and continue on from there. All right, you ready,
Okay.
Juni?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Tell
I'd
me
like to throw
when.
I would like to throw the first curveball of the evening at you.
Okay, here we go. What?
All right. Before you do that,
Yeah.
I also have a deck of stories thing right here, but I have the gothic one.
Okay.
So we had talked about what adventures we're gonna go into this. So I would say, what if you're going from one adventure into this jungle one? So what if we establish the end, the climax of a different adventure, and you guys could just tell me how your previous adventure ended and your segue into this one.
Okay, so you're
How does
gonna
that?
pull a climax card from
I'm gonna
your
I'm just
deck.
gonna pull a card right from here. I'm gonna activate a trap card. I'm pulling a
Uh-huh.
Kaiba,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just gonna say something, and then this will be your character introductions. You're gonna go right off the bat before you even get to the you to do the thing, to do the sweet.
Okay.
Those cards are
So
still fresh.
so what I'll do is I'll shuffle and I'll
Mhm.
draw one, but I won't show
Okay.
it. And then
Yep.
once we get to that
Perfect.
point, then I'll show it. Okay. So we'll
There we
do
go.
that then. And let me change this back to
Yep.
our other screen then. Here we go. Oop, the intro's playing again, of course. But that's
Yay.
fine.
I
We're
like
good.
it. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
So I will shuffle through these and I will just draw one random. Okay, got one.
Okay. So, do you usually read the whole card and then like figure out the scenario, or so for this one, it's a warrior carries a foe's severed head.
Hmm.
The head utters cryptic prophecies.
Okay.
So, this is the climax of your last battle, and you both have the head of the foe you are fighting.
Okay.
So, one of
Okay.
you is a warrior at least.
Justice, are you feeling warrior tonight, or are you feeling not warrior tonight?
Um, ah, ooh. Okay, so one of us is the one that's holding the head.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm feeling not warrior.
Got it. I'll warrior this up. Here we go. I gotta get
There you
my
go.
my warrior voice on. Okay. That means then I shall be. Let's go with names. This is how we kind of started. We go with names in class, kind of to suit it with the style that we're going with. And so what we're gonna go with this one is I'm gonna be a barbarian,
Love
and
it.
I will be named. I'll be named.
Feel it.
Ready? You ready for this?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dungfirth Greytooth.
Yes, please.
I will be named
Yes,
Dungfirth
please, and thank
Greytooth.
you.
All right, so my character is Dungfirth Greytooth, the barbarian, as I hold a severed head in my hand from our victory that we just had. Um, Justice, what are you feeling? What are you feeling today?
So I was like putting myself together for this stream, and I had the strong desire to do a voice, and so I'm going to base it off of the voice
Ooh, okay, okay.
that I want to
Yes.
do.
Yes.
Are you guys ready for this?
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
My body is
yeah,
ready.
baby. We're gonna jump right in here.
What?
Yes.
oh, okay. Well, now, I was gonna be a gnome,
Okay.
but somebody just said goblin. What's this voice? Is this voice a gnome or a goblin? What
It,
do you think?
it could
I was gonna ask you if you
definitely
were
a goblin.
Goliath. I
A
was just gonna full
Goliath
blown go. I was full
Goliath.
blown gonna go. It's like, what body is this coming out of?
could be a
Because
goblin.
I'll accept it
I,
either
I,
way.
I kind of want it to be a goblin. I kind of want it to be a goblin for my barbarian.
That's
Because
fair.
we never specified my race, so I mean, I could be.
That was gonna come later. I was gonna say,
Okay.
what is like if we follow the hand that's
Yeah.
holding
Yeah. Yeah.
this head? Is it going up or down? Where? How big are you?
So I'm gonna be a bugbear. I'm gonna be a bugbear barbarian
Okay.
if we're going goblin. What are you feeling though? Goblin what? What do you want to specialize
Let's
in?
see. A goblin, if I'm a very fancy goblin with very long fingers, maybe I'm a rogue, or maybe I'm a bard, or maybe I'm an alchemist.
Okay.
What do you
I
think?
I would
Rogue
I would
bard.
1,000. Yeah, I would roll 1,000 accept that is how you see yourself. That fusion multi-class where it's all those
You want
things.
a rogue barbarian or a rogue Bard.
I'm a
Road bard,
bard
alchemist.
alchemist. At least that's the way I present myself.
What
You
is your
don't
name?
actually know.
What is your
Um,
name? A
my
multi-gobby?
name,
What's that?
A
Multi-gob.
multi-gobby.
yes, I'm
A
a
Renaissance
goblin
goblin.
of many talents. They
Mhm.
call me a multi-gobby. I'm gonna go with a random generator here. Egg hat.
What is it?
Egg hat.
Egg hat?
Yeah, that's what came up on the generator. So that is my name, Egg hat. Um, the vivacious.
The vivacious.
Ooh,
I don't even know
I
how to
was gonna,
spell that. I think I spelled it right. The
I was gonna like add like accent marks and random apostrophes, and I was like, to jazz it, and then I was like, no, the vivacious. Yeah, there we go. That's how you jazz that up right there.
We'll get it to fit. We'll get it to fit. There we go.
It's a scrolling text. It's like a lot.
It could be scrolling, actually. Anyways, I will be Dungfirth Greytooth, the Bugbear Barbarian. Here we go. Bugbear Barbarian.
I have a very fancy hat.
With a fancy hat. All
Yes.
right. I feel like you're the child's version of what's his name from the Driz novels? Gosh, what's his name? He was on the cover of Waterdeep as well, with his fancy hat. Or was he at Waterdeep? God, what's his name, y'all? Come on, he's in like D&D lore.
He's
He's a drow. He's a drow. He has a feather in his hat, and he's got like the big like pimp hat.
Oh,
I don't know.
I know
Anyways.
who. I can picture what you were saying, but I don't have the name.
Yep. So yes, we have Egg Hat the Vivacious and Dungfirth Greytooth the Bugbear Barbarian. All right, so let's jump into this. And Juni, what I'll do is I will type this out to you really quick. So Justice, if you'd like to lead us off while I type this out to Juni.
Okay, so we had this massive battle, right? And like I was behind old Greytooth here, Dungforth, because he's big, and I really don't like to get in the middle of things. I like to go stab, and go for those ankles. So I'll come up, I'll cut the ankle, and then Dungforth come up and hit him in the head. And well, we had this big battle, and pretty much everybody died. Yeah, pretty much everybody dead.
There's bodies everywhere. There's bodies everywhere. Yes.
Fucking bodies everywhere.
And a lot of them also don't have heads. Like, so it's just like you have a head, but which body does it belong to? We don't know. You guys know, but we don't know what head.
Okay. So Dungfirth walks up to Justice. Walks up to Egg Hat.
Yes.
And I come up over a hill of dead bodies. Like I'm using the dead bodies and climbing over them. And Dungfirth is like quintessential barbarian. He's got a loincloth. He's dragging behind him a two-handed, like large axe in one hand as he drags it up the hill. And then he holds up a head in his hand and he goes, "I got dinner."
You hear the head. You hear the head mumbling. It's like, satiate the masses. Satiate the masses. Like just over and over again, satiate the masses.
This one's still talking. It's fresh.
No, they're not supposed to. Once you take them off, they're not supposed to talk no more.
You sure this one sure is talking a lot?
Hit it again. Maybe it's not dead yet.
It's almost like a record skip. It's like satiate, and after about the second hit, it does stop.
Okay, he's
It just
dead
like
now.
chokes out. Yep. There's a lot.
that-
Your hands really moist. It was like there was gore and stuff like
Some
that. So it's
dangly
just like, yeah.
I don't think they're not supposed to keep talking like that. That was weird. Next time you find a talking head, just hit it until it stops talking.
Okay. Well, are you hungry? I'm hungry.
I mean, I am, but there's all these dead bodies everywhere. You see all them flies too? Goddamn, kid, I don't know what you'd do without me. Come on.
Okay. I'm gonna look around for something important. and he starts like rifling through some goods. Um, can I go ahead and roll a search check to see how
Yeah.
well I find?
You're looking through, like, are you trying to loot bodies? Are you
Yeah,
looking for
looting
big
all the
things that
dead
catches your
bodies.
eye?
Looting dead
Yeah,
bodies,
okay.
basically.
Yeah, just do a D20.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's a 5.
Okay. You basically what would be something that catches your eye? Are you looking for more money? Are you looking for things like weapons, or like what would catch your eye?
Uh, trinkets. Something that that I would like. You know how in like cartoons or something like that, the dumb
Mhm.
one always finds like let's say like a bonnet, and he's like now wearing a bonnet. He's like, "Does this look good?"
Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. You see that everybody that is there is either similarly dressed like you, as far as like just a loincloth, and if they do have anything else on them, they have like just leather or like just protective things, and the only other bits and pieces of things are weapons or bones and just scattered body parts. There is a cart that was used to, like, I guess, like, almost like wheel in reinforcements. The animals that pulled them in are gone,
Hmm.
but in that cart, there is a what looked to be like a tarp that was over it, and it's like a nice it's nice. It's has no business being as nice it is. Like, it's a pretty you might think that it's a pretty shade of color, like a nice blue.
Okay.
It's not for stealth or anything like that, and it looks like it just they slapped it on there. Um, but it's like, as far as like this wasteland, there's a jungle in the distance. There's bodies, cart, and it's the only speck of color that is not red
Okay.
in the area.
Uh,
But that's
uh,
the only thing that would catch your eye.
okay.
What do you want? What do you find some food?
No, but I can carry this cart.
You want to drag the whole cart?
Yeah, we could put
Oh,
stuff like this in there. And he just throws like a head, the head in the back of the cart.
oh God, we don't want to take that head with us, or you. What's wrong with you?
But it was so fresh. And he just
Yeah,
like
it was so fresh, it was still talking.
he's
Yeah,
gonna
you know what?
go ahead.
Mhm.
I think you pulling this cart's a great idea, and I'm just gonna. I'll drive. I'll steer it. That
Okay.
seems like a great use of your brawn and my brains.
And he'll take the head out of the back and
Mhm.
he will drop kick it and like punt it across the field.
Okay. Just another D20.
Okay.
Another D20. How dope is this?
Another 5.
It it's you do it really hard because 'cause you're, like, trying to get some distance, but your toe kinda gets in its mouth, and it's
Ew.
like it goes in, and it's on your foot now, and you're like, "Ah!" And then you, like, change your balance because 'cause you're throwing off balance, and then when you stomp down, you, like, crush the bottom of the jaw, but it's still, like, on you, and it's just this, unless you just stand there with it on your foot and this thing in its mouth, you were just, like, shaking off the head
Yeah.
off your foot for a
I
moment,
I'm
and
I
then it goes flying, but it
yeah.
doesn't go as far and as dope as you would have hoped.
I'm like, get it off, get it off, get it off. And I just like
Did I
launch it.
attack you?
No, he, he still had some vigor in him.
Well, oh,
So, while this is happening, Egghat, you're going into the cart or sitting on the cart, right?
yeah, I'm clambering up so I can sit in the driver's seat. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you got, like, a good bird's eye view of the area around you. I want you to roll me a D20 real quick.
I get a roll up. So many.
Can,
Mhm.
first off, can I just like subtitle that as goblin gibberish? Like
Mhm.
I can rock and roll under a
Um,
Meow, 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 meow.
I don't know if anybody will believe me, but I just rolled a 5.
Yes. Okay.
3
So,
fives.
yes.
5
Perfect.
squads. 5 squads.
Fantastic. So you're there. You noticed that there aren't reins, but there is still like some sort of rope harness mechanism. So if you so desired, you could like full blown steer Dunkfirth. And as you're getting ready to tell them, like, hey, here's this, you hear a voice come out from behind you, like, maybe maybe there's something we can do for each other here. And you turn around, and there is a very lanky, very thin human, very pale, and they're just kind of like, imagine like if there was shadows like out of the corner, it's kind of like they slink out a little bit. They're not a dwarf or a gnome, they're just very, very short.
Okay.
And they just kind of like, and they're like doing the creepy hands. Maybe there's a way we can help each other out. His skin looks horrible. You don't know if it's because of sunlight, malnutrition, or some other disease. There's like sores and stuff on him. And I can't tell you how your character feels. Personally, I'd be creeped the hell out.
Well,
So
yeah, I'm creeped the fuck out. Yeah.
He's gonna scream really high pitch.
You missed one. There's still love over here.
I'm gonna go tumbling off the cart.
And I just pick up my double-sided axe and like run out towards it. Do I see him?
yeah, he's like in the cart behind him. So you would see him like just over your friend's shoulder, like
Okay.
just like just there,
I will
menacing and
I
weird.
will purposely miss with my my two-handed axe and like basically cut right in front of him and say, "Hey, this battlefield's taken."
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We were here first.
They rolled really dope. The guy doesn't move. It lands in front of it, and it doesn't flinch, and it's like, "It appears that, you're strong enough to pull this cart, and, it doesn't look like you need any of these. How about, or do you work for coin, or do you what is it you do? What is it, what
Hey,
do you
cat.
work for?"
He says something about coin.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. My friend has a specific instructions whenever somebody brings up coin. He's supposed to bring me into the conversation because I am the brains and he is the brawn, if you know what I'm saying.
Of course, of course. Well, and then he does a hand like, "Oh, yes," like, I'm sorry if I may overcome," and he reaches to his side and opens up the top of like a little satchel, and it is, you see the top of a lot of coinage. Either there is like a roll and there's like a lot of coins just stacked on it to make it look like a lot, or this thing is stacked to the brim with gold coins. He's just like, I can pay, if perhaps we can transport as many of these, just these bodies that are just gonna rot away if we clear out some of this. If you help me take it over to that clearing, you can see it from here. It's the field you guys are on. There's a bit of a hill. You see the road leads into the jungle, and you'll see that the path kind of like evaporates. It's like dense jungle. It doesn't like, if there's not like a clear cut road or anything through it. But in the distance, it doesn't look like it'd be easy. But you do see some sort of small pocket in the trees. And if you could help me transport some of these over there, I would greatly appreciate it, and I'd make it worth your while.
Egghead, jungle's bad space.
Well, yeah, but he's
It'll be
got
it'll
a,
be fine.
I'm sorry. Okay, Dying Forth, he's got a lot of money in there. You know the coins that we like to get? He's got
Ah,
lots of them.
okay.
And he just wants us to take some bodies for whatever reason, probably science. I'm a man of science myself, so I understand.
Uh-huh.
And we'll probably just for science, I'm sure, and then maybe we'll just make a lot of coin, and then we can come back here and get some more bodies. Would you like us to get more bodies? Maybe like
You
we could do a
see
couple trips.
you see his eyes go wide. His eyes visibly go wide, and he hold on. He does a very shitty job of trying to conceal how much he enjoys that idea. He's just like, if you if you would be so inclined to, I would definitely make it. Roll me a d20. Either one of you. You could both do it. Go for it.
Both. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
Broke streak.
Justice. 5.
19.
Oh, it's upsetting.
What
That's
what
upsetting.
what Dan
So
get?
sorry.
What'd you get, Dan?
That's a 20. Natural.
Okay, you
Ah,
both see one the excitement in his eyes. Um, with the 19, you notice his knees shake a little bit. Like that kind of like almost like a shiver went down from this core all the way up. And with the 20, you is he he had to like clear the side of his mouth because it's almost like he was drooling a little bit. He might maybe he's just like that kind of person where he's very drooly, or there was something about that, but he is visibly all about that, and he super would love it if you so wanted to do that. It's just like whatever whatever you are welcome to, and I would definitely make it worth your while. How many do we think we can get on this cart? And then he just kind of like hops back a little bit to clear space, and he looks like he's waiting to see you load up bodies onto this cart.
Hey, Cat, how many do we need?
Well, based on what my friend here is strength-wise, and with the measurements of the left and the right, and I think we could probably get about 45 bodies in this here cart.
You hear both, you can clearly hear him go
You can see Dunkforth is like this.
at 40, saying 45 bodies. You hear him go like and try to contain himself.
I don't know how large this cart is, but I'm willing to guess 45 is probably not going to fit in this cart.
If you cartoony style like Beverly Hillbillies stack it up really high, maybe there's a world of magic and fantasy. You never know, but yeah, no, that's a tall order.
Okay.
Yeah,
If you were
definitely
dragging them, I
45.
don't know.
Maybe a few more even. I don't know, right? And that's just the first trip. So maybe you go ahead and pay us a little bit, and we'll load this cart up, and then we'll take those bodies on over there.
You see a dead body flying through the air and land like halfway onto the cart and like fall off. Like Dung is already tossing bodies through the air.
Yeah,
Okay.
get that juicy one right over there. I'm sure that one's got a lot of science in it.
Oh yeah.
The second you say juicy, he appears at the edge of the cart like and he is just like in this. This is the worst like the kid pressing his face against like a deli like
The deli window.
thing. Like yeah, like
Okay.
yeah. And you can load this cart up to the point where you hear the wheels cracking, like creaking, and you'll even both of you would realize, maybe any more than this, and we won't be able to move this thing.
3, 7, 2, 43. How many can we get?
There's at least 45 on here.
Okay. I think we're
Yeah.
clear. How many did we
He's just like,
actually fucking put on there?
Roll me a d20.
Okay, that's about right. 17. We actually got quite a few.
It's impressive. You Jenga the I don't know, whatever. You Jenga the heck out of these corpses into this
Jenga
cart.
the frickety fuck out of it.
Yeah, you Jenga the Dashgarn heck out of all these things. And even using some of the ones that were wearing leather armor and stuff like that, using their own straps to kind of like fasten them like a truck over the thing.
Sure.
You are able to get more than you would like it could have been really sloppy and janky, but this is impressive.
I do the really
full
gross,
and up a little high.
I do the really gross thing where I like push half a body in and just like and then I'm like just like fold them in half.
There's cracking. You definitely hear things, whatever. There's one like I hate saying it like this. There's one like wet fart because there's air trapped and sometimes, and there's one like it's bad.
Oh, that one's still full.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, I was gonna say you hear a whisper, but no, you punt kick that. Yeah, you punt kick that head or somewhere else, so that's the head's not in there.
Yes, there's a few back in behind here. I bet you could stuff a couple legs in here. Are pieces okay? Do you like the pieces too, or do they need to be?
No, that's fine. Yeah, if you were to use small bits of rope, you can like tie them from the back and just drag them. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's
that's a well. I don't know if Dungforth can pull all that right, but Dungforth, rip off those legs on that one right there. It doesn't. That torso looks a little beat up anyway.
This one.
Just get those. Yep, perfect. Yeah, stuff that right in here. It'll make for a good, packing. See, I told you, Dungforth and I, we're good at packing bodies into things. We do it pretty regular.
I am so fortunate to have met you two this day. Well, yes, let's go. And he's gonna like very nimbly like clamber over and just sit next to Egg Hat in the front. Because he was like as the bodies were getting piled on, he was like still like
Yeah.
getting on top and just kind of like watching from amongst them. But now he's gonna sit up front. Um,
You
he's
just
sitting
stay on your
awkwardly, almost
side,
like
though.
he's like, hmm? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, stay
He
over there.
doesn't
You're
like.
kind of gross.
Egghead doesn't like it when people touch him.
Yeah, I've got a bubble, a personal
I'm
bubble.
perfectly, and I respect personal space. It's fine. I totally. You can hear. I don't know if you could hear my fingers doing that noise, but that's the
Yep.
like just fingers rubbing and tapping against each other. He makes me uncomfortable. You basically there is a way where you can like almost there's two little bars at the front of this where animals were fixed. You
Yeah.
can like MacGyver like a spear across to grab it like almost like a rickshaw type of thing.
Yeah.
And with harnesses and all this fun stuff, you'll be able to pull this because Egg Hat is smart and you'll be able to rig if there wasn't already a mechanism to pull this. But it is a cart full of zombies and two people, not zombies, corpses
Oh,
and two people.
little
Um,
foreshadowing.
and nope, no, just I don't know why I said that. That was weird.
I will just take my
And
two-handed axe and use it
mhm,
as like like to lift it up from underneath, and then
mhm.
have I'll be like, "Hey, cat, can you tie it down?"
oh yeah, absolutely. Um,
Dungeon Master. Uh,
Mhm.
I don't
That shift in voice
actually
acting, though.
I don't actually know how smart Egghat is.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I'd be willing to roll for it because then we could just see how many of these decisions are actually good and not.
Yeah, no, I mean, you could tell him yeah, sure. So you wanna roll right now to see how smart he is, and
Yeah,
then
just
base the
like we
rest
don't
of
have
your life
stats.
on this?
I love
Yeah,
the
Yeah, no,
dumb.
that's what I mean. Yeah,
I
no, I was gonna say you tell me if he's smart or dumb, but if
I
you wanna
love
roll
the
right
Dumb
now,
and Dumber aspect that we're going
if
for
you
right
wanna
now.
if roll for how smart he is.
right. All right. That's an 8.
Yes!
Okay. He's that guy that is pretty sure he's smart, but he was only the like top of like the line in like very remedial. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was king
He's
shit among the other people that had like 7 or 8 intelligence. So he was that guy. So amongst maybe where he came from, there was some reason why he's positive, and that reinforced this. But in all actuality, yeah. So just in your brain, do whatever mental subtraction you have to work with
Mental
uh, to
subtraction.
to go like, all right, well, he rolled a 19, but let's be real, it wasn't that good. Or if it's amazing, it's just gonna look real janky. You'll still do it, but it'll be more of like it wasn't intelligence, it was luck and full blown like reflexes and finesse that you
oh,
just so happen to get it.
Well,
So
Egghead's the smartest person I know, so
yeah, I was the smartest person in my whole goblin warren.
I could see that.
yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
And
Okay, so
he
anyway,
politely nods.
if let's actually, you know what? If you turn your double-headed axe the other way so that the blades are facing out, then we kind of have like a weapon as we go, and you could just like put that on your shoulders
Uh-huh.
and like rest the axe right in here,
Uh-huh.
and then you can pull real good.
Okay. I finagle it to be what was just said.
and I don't know how to tie knots, so I just tie a lot of them.
It'll be the same.
It's just the
It's just
cross
funny
and
because
shirt.
untying it would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
So it'll work functionally the same, but heaven forbid this ever need to be oh, wait a second. Are you okay? Roll me a d20. If it is
Yes.
lower than a 10, it's hard as hell. You super duper tie it. But you ever like bike? It's almost like you're locking a bike chain, like a bike to the bike thing. So if it's too low, you're tying Dan to this thing. You like Dan is affixed in here, and it's super secure, and he's gonna have a lot of purchase and like leverage. Um,
My name is
but Dan's gonna
Dumbford.
have a hard time getting out of this thing.
All right, here we go. No, fuck around. That's a roll. That's a nat 20. I rolled a 20.
All right. It is it is tight enough to super work, and Dunforth, you will be able to get out should you desire. But that could have been real bad.
I told you, Egghead's
If
the
anything
smartest
happened.
person I know.
So
Yep.
I'm real good at knots too. I spend lots of time in the woods and tying things to stuff.
And it's just this rat's nest of overhand knots that are
I'd
just
love to
like
see like just giant knots and then like little loops randomly like at the top and like
Yeah,
Uh,
this individual has not offered unless you speak to him, he does not offer anything else. He just smiles, nods politely, and just is like staring. Like, like but just like because you're talking, not creepy like
yeah.
it's just he is just quiet waiting for you guys to go on.
well, Eggcat would not ask for any tips, hits, or tricks because I know the best way to do things
True.
every time. So, if he's watching, I like to think that he's just picking up a few tips.
Yep. Yeah, he's just smiling and just yeah.
So
Just
that's I
waiting.
call that my triple over goblin knot.
It's like kind of tight on Dungforce's neck.
He
and
rolls a 20. Yeah, that thing
yeah.
this is a serious ass knot. Enough, but like you can get out, but it is nice. It is doing the job.
Dungforce is like I think it's good.
Oh, can you still
The
breathe?
pain the pain the
I go
pain
like
lets
this, I
you know
go
it's good.
Okay, I think that's where we
yeah,
want it.
I can breathe.
Like just barely able to still breathe. That's really where we want to go. It's like, that ensures that it's attached firmly.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. So you guys are able to start going. You're so strong, you can kick out some of the bodies. There was like some big fighters. You took a lot of the ones that would have been in your path and got
Sure.
them on the cart because they looked premium. So any scattered pieces or body parts, they're easily kickable or trampleable. Um, but I now you guys can go straight to like the at least basic entrance of this kind of like wooded area, this jungly area. Um and Dan, how about you hit us with that second rising action card?
So I typed it out in chat, so you could see it, right?
I saw the first thing.
That is the
Oh,
rising action.
oh fudge. Oh, that was me using that
Okay.
was the first thing in my brain.
Well, then
So
I
that
can
was
I
the
can I can
yeah.
draw another rising action
Yeah, yeah, do it real
to
quick.
hit
Yeah,
you up
yeah.
for sure.
we should probably
The
read that
more
one out
random
loud
we can
though.
make this, the better. Definitely, yeah.
So for those that you know what, let's swap on over.
Do this special cam action.
So the
Hop over to the
original one,
1985's
the
cam.
1985 cam. The original one, it says a group of cannibals offers to guide you through the jungle, except they have one condition. So right now we're dealing with a cannibal. If that wasn't already clear.
I don't know what
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
know that.
we,
Can't
we,
Just have
doing that
to
for you.
we
Know
lost
that.
Junie. We lost Junie's camera for a second. Let's see if we can get it back while I draw the next card. Here we go.
the condition being we had to bring our own meal, pack it in.
Oh, what the heck happened there? Okay, that was weird. All right.
Okay.
Uh, if people wouldn't have figured out, they would have been like,
So this one is pretty open ended here. You see that I don't know if you can see my screen or not, Junie, but it says
I have to put on glasses for this.
no worries.
Okay.
Ancient basalt boulders bear deep carvings. The images depict an apocalypse.
Okay.
And then it says on here next steps. If you don't know, or if you can't see these very clearly, it says next steps, and you can use these to help you assess what you just read. Might be able to kind of help you better bring it into the story. So this one says next steps. Will history repeat itself? Are there clues to stopping it from happening again? What can what can help the situation from happening? And that's where we're gonna go from here. So
Okay. So, you go and you see that the entrance, whatever is kind of serving as like this initial cut into the wooded area, there are these large boulders, um, and some of them do have these carvings into them. They're a bit worn, but there are images of like crude drawings of a battle. And there are also these flatter pieces of stone that don't make like a cobblestone path, but there's enough of them to show the beginnings of a path, and they also have some worn etchings into them as well. If you guys seeing that there are things on them, if you want to look at them, let me know. But you can clearly tell that there are things etched into these large things, large boulders, and some of the flatter pieces of stone that are like the beginnings of like a path that kind of show this initial cutting into this jungle area.
Okay.
Oh, what's up?
There's something on the rocks ahead.
Oh yeah, pull me closer.
There.
Oh yeah, that's this reminds me of, you remember when we were in that town and we wandered into that district that had all those naked people, and there was like the carvings on the side of the door that said what they do?
Yeah.
This is probably that same thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait a second, is that you?
What?
Yeah, there's somebody here carved in here holding a head.
And
No,
you
no,
do see
they got the
um
axle wrong.
you see a large individual, and you wouldn't go it's you, but that loincloth though, you've always prided in how unique your loincloth
Sure.
is.
Yeah,
It's like,
absolutely.
it's got a nice like cross pattern that just like really shows off the goods without with by but still being tasteful.
Mhm.
And there's something about it that just seems very familiar. And they also have a tiny companion with them that has a dope ass hat. Um
Yeah, dude's dope ass hat.
Kind of looks
mhm.
like yours.
Holy shit, you're right, it does.
Wait a minute. That's my loincloth.
What? No, you're
Did
wearing
anybody
your
roll
loincloth, dummy.
somebody roll me a d20.
Okay. That is a 4.
Okay. You see that it goes on. There's some cracks in some places that like obscure things that you could tell were supposed to be there. There's a piece that looks like it's missing. And you aren't able to make out other stuff, but there is a lot of what you can gather would be like bodies, like scattered around after a big battle. You see what looks like a line, almost like a going in a direction, but you can't tell anything
Okay.
else.
Hey, you man.
No, I'm a goblin. How
No,
many times I gotta tell you that?
not you, you man.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Uh,
My name is Pelvin. If you yes.
I don't like
Pe-
that name.
Me neither.
Pelvin. That's a funny name.
Yes, Pelvin. Yes.
I. What is this?
Ooh, I'm not from here exactly. They look rather old though. Um I'm afraid I can't be of much assistance with this.
A cat? What do you
Well,
think?
okay. And obviously, I will use my superior intellect to decipher these here images. And basically, what it says to me is there was an ancient civilization here who they've been waiting for us to come and be their gods and saviors. That's obviously why they carved us into this rock. And they didn't know exactly how we'd look, but they got the hat and the loincloth right. So we gotta find who made these drawings so that we can show them that their gods have arrived.
Okay, yeah, I've always wanted to be a god.
Yeah, I was a god once. It's not all
Oh,
it's cracked up to be.
oh,
Um, yeah, I
Okay.
don't really want to talk about it.
okay. Uh,
That's
I
what?
the
said I
Patreon
don't want to
exclusive.
talk about it.
Sorry. What do you want to do next?
Where you want us to dump these bodies? Where's your science place at?
We need to go deeper in. The road would get a little the path will get a little bumpy and difficult, but I'm sure you could make it. I'm sure you can get us through. Um, but as I said, I'll make it worth your while, and you can rest, and then I believe we spoke of perhaps getting more. But we should cut through before it gets dark, and
Yeah,
I
I
don't
forgot
exactly
about
know
the
what kind of
second trick.
dangers are here. Mhm.
Wait, what?
I don't know what kind of dangers come out at night, but I'm sure once we get to the clearing and we could we deliver these, we will be safe. And I'm sure that you can just handle yourself. Mhm.
I've heard these woods are dangerous.
Really? Oh. And then he looks over at like the field. He's just like, um, probably not as dangerous as over there, but I'm I'm sure it'll be fine.
There's dead. There's nothing dangerous over there.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to have been over there. I would have rather been in the woods where I can hide
I think
or
they came from the jungle, though.
oh, really?
Oh,
Hmm.
wait,
And
wait, were we
he
there,
does a bad
God?
job of hiding. He does a bad job of hiding how confused he is. He's very obvious. Like, really? Hmm.
Well, yeah, I could follow the footprints.
Well, let's talk about this as we venture on and get these
I got,
bodies
I got,
while while they're fresh.
Yep.
I no, okay. It's like clearly
But
pointing
still
to like
painful.
loosen the bands or whatever, and you're like, okay, and like, okay, I guess we're going.
Don't
Love
worry,
it.
he plays like this all the time.
And
Mhm.
he just struggles.
Can Egghat, can you roll me a d20 real quick?
Yeah, I sure can. That is a 3.
Okay. It's looks like it's smooth sailing ahead, and you can hear birds. You hear your partner's labored breathing. Um, the guy next to you has a bit of a wheeze. But otherwise, you can kind of see even after like the stone pathway like starts to like fewer and fewer stones, and it becomes more just like ground, and you're cutting through like the gaps in the trees. um you can kind of see like, oh, I can see how we can push forward and this cart will fit, and it's not going to be like we got to dump it or anything like that. And you're able to keep him on track, because you so that way he can focus on just pulling. He doesn't have to focus on where he's going to look or anything like that. You just go, you know, it's this trust where he knows you will tilt him to the left or right if he needs to go anywhere else. um
I think we're here.
you look around and you have only made it just past like the initial thing. You have not gone as far as you hoped. It's just that choking situation really sucks.
No, I'm pretty
um
sure we're here.
I don't no, there's no science stuff here. We gotta keep going.
No, I think this is it.
I'm pretty. Is this it?
no, we still have quite a bit to go.
Oh no, he
I'm
says
sure
it's
you
not
can
it.
do it. I know you can do it. I know you can do it.
Yeah. Can you maybe?
Yeah, I tied real good knots.
Yeah.
They're gonna stay there.
Can maybe we loosen one?
No, that's not how knots work.
No, okay, you're right. You're right. And then just keeps pulling.
All right,
I'd like
now
to
you roll me a d20 real quick.
I'd like to think that I tied the
I've-
axe on either side, so when I pull left or right,
oh
it just
god.
kind of like
Oh,
Oh god. Oh god. That's fantastic. Yeah.
13.
Okay. You don't pass out.
Good. Good.
You're able to keep there. It just sucks.
Sure.
You know, if you'd have got a little higher, you might have been able to judge it in a way where you're like, okay, this is uncomfortable, but you get that one breathing thing, that breathing space.
Mhm.
It's rough. You're going. You guys just hear this. You hear like just the birds and stuff like that. Eventually you come across the remains of another cart, similar to the one that you guys are in. It's a little bit off to the left. It like one wheel is just completely busted. And if anybody wants to roll me a d20 real quick, as you're going, it looks old and it's like it's been there and overgrown a little bit, but just give me d20s.
That's a 6.
Okay. And what done first? What do you get?
That's a 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You guys are going,
Dynamic
and
duo.
it's one of those things that it's just like this is I don't want to say like a ruin of the jungle, but like something where it's just like something that's been here long enough to have a little bit of overgrowth on there, and that's that. You notice it as you're going.
Okay.
Um, you're going for a bit,
Can
and
I do something at the
Telvin,
wagon real quick?
huh? What?
Can I do something at the wagon real quick?
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna pull back on the reins.
Okay.
Whoa, Dankford, whoa. Hey, you think you can carry one of those wheels? What if we went and got a wheel off of that cart just in case one of our wheels broke?
Oh, that's a good idea.
I
Okay.
won't fit in the cart though, so you gotta carry it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. And then I like pull and the cart kind of follows me. And so
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say, do you
no, I don't undo
release
myself. So
yourself?
I'm just like I kind of take him a little bit off road
Okay.
as I'm like untying this thing and it's like shaking the wagon
Mm-hmm.
as I get it off. Can I
Yeah.
take the wheel off?
You can
Uh,
do it. Just lean into it.
roll me another d20. There is one that's busted and one that does not look mega busted.
18.
Okay. You go to the one that is like still like intact, um, and you get a good grip, and you feel as your hands sink in to get a good grip. That have you ever felt like moist wood, like oh
Yeah.
god, like but like it's absorbed water.
Mhm.
You feel that your hands give a little bit, and as you pull, the entire center of like all the center spokes stay on the cart. You pull the outer rim of it, um,
I
and it like you can feel that this is just, and didn't take a lot of force. It came across like because you're so strong and this thing was just that old.
Okay.
You see that the wood is definitely like just very old and rotted in places in the center. You also notice that there is like the smallest hint of fabric for whatever was this canopy, and with like an 18, it is the only thing where it looks like the pale remnant of a slight blue that sticks out, in the green of the forest, and the that gray, brown gray rot of like the wood. So that's the only thing that sticks out to you as you do this. You're staring through the hole of the wheel, and you can kind of see just that little small smidge of color that is not blue like mold, but it's just the only thing that sticks out to you.
I got. Is this good? I just hold up the broken wheel.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. There's something else on the cart, I think.
Well, does it look valuable?
I don't know, maybe.
You should grab it.
Okay. I'll just reach my hand inside of the like beyond that cloth.
You pull off a swath of fabric. It is like the length of like your forearm. It's tattered on the edges, and it is faded as if it's like been in the wash a few times, but it
Mhm.
is reminiscent of the very pretty blue of the canopy of the cart that you guys had.
This looks super important.
Yeah, we should bring that along because then it matches ours, and if we get a hole, we can patch it with that, and nobody will even know
I
because it's
was
the same color.
I was thinking about making a new loincloth with it.
Mm.
Oh, well,
Throwing a splash of color. What is there any colors in your loincloth now?
Red from blood.
Okay. Oh, so you'd be like jazzing it up with a
Well, I'd be
little.
replacing it.
Oh, okay. You'd be going a full new color.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Can I do that?
Like right this instant?
Yeah, like right now.
Okay, roll a d20 with disadvantage because you have like a weird choker situation going on.
16 for the first roll.
Uh-huh.
Hell yeah. 5 for the second.
Okay. This is gonna be weird, and I don't like this. You rip off your loincloth, right?
Got it. Yeah.
And you don't have there's not a lot of fabric, so in order to affix this to yourself, have you guys ever seen like the Red Hot Chili Peppers when they like did like the tube sock on the junk type of situation? You
Yeah.
kind of like take a small swath of like leather or something like that, and this is I upset by this because I don't want this to exist. But this is what the story you're telling, Dan. And you have like this pale blue unicloth situation
Yep.
where it's just only covering it's like the barest minimum of like
Yeah.
hentai censorship, like
Sure.
where it's
No,
just
yeah, sure.
covering that.
Sure. Yeah,
Um
I tube sock it,
yeah.
and I tie off the top.
Mhm.
There we go. And I turn around. What do you think?
That's a good look.
Yeah.
You're gonna start a fashion statement wherever we end up. It's a shame that
It breathes a lot more. And I like do a little.
Please stop doing that motion, please.
I do like a couple dips.
You're like doing like look at
I
her
do a
breathe,
couple
y'all. Look
dips.
at her breathe.
I do a
I'm
few.
like, no,
I do a
stop
few
it.
dips. You know.
Oh God.
you think that's on there tight enough. You think you want me to tie a few knots in it for you?
No. It's okay. It's okay. I think it's good. And I do. I helicopter dick. I kind of. I shift my my weight
Mhm.
left and right. See, it's
Mhm.
good.
This is gonna have so many content warnings. Okay. Um,
Just to
I
be
keep
clear,
rolling
there's
to see
nothing
if
on the
I'm
back,
not gonna
right?
lie to you. I'm a peek behind the DM screen. I keep rolling every once in a while to see if like the knots hold, and they are fucking amazing.
Hell
Like
yeah.
nothing. If it was like a
If
nat one, I'd
there's
be like, this
one
is
thing Dungfirth is good at, it is putting a loincloth on. All right.
so yeah. This. Oh no, I was rolling for the choker, the knots that like
Oh,
are
around my
holding the
neck?
thing, the cart to you. Yeah, I'm just curious. I was like, would it come off? And it's like, no, man, these knots are freaking staying
Well, I mean,
forever and
Egghat did.
ever.
I'm
Um.
real good at knots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty
So
much real good at everything except for the things that I'm not.
Right. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
this is the bromance of the century. Um. So you guys continue on your way. Dunsforth with like a little bit more pep in your step, maybe because like you have a better range of motion.
Oh, for
Like
sure. Yeah.
like yeah. So
It
it's like
breathes.
yeah. So this is working out for you, and you go and you see gaps in the trees, and in the distance in certain
I'm
spots
carrying the
where
wheel,
like
by the way. Just
I
FYI.
just assumed it was like around your neck. If you
Yeah.
didn't throw it in the
Okay,
cart,
that
if you
works
didn't
too.
throw it in the cart, I
That
just
works too.
assumed it was
Around
like
the
around
neck
your neck.
works.
Every once in a while you see in the distance curves like the boulders that you presume like highlight other entrances like that, or you'll see like a small swath of like gaps in trees to like maybe it's like, oh, there's similar um ways to get to like there's more than there could have been more than one way to get here.
Yeah.
um and you travel for a while and you hear egg, egghat, you hear the breathing of Pelvin pick up as you guys are going. And he is visibly like, we're getting closer. I believe we're almost there, friend. We're almost there. Um, I'm so
Good, because
excited.
I'm beat. I'm getting real tired.
Oh, well, don't worry. You'll be able to get your rest, and then we could make this trip again. And he just sits there looking forward. He's just very excited. Kind of like just shifting side to side in his seat.
Where do we
You
need to take
go.
these?
Hmm?
Where do we need to take these?
You'll see there'll be a spot where you'll be able to just drop them off. And when you go, you finally see the break in the trees. You see there is this clearing, and there is a just essentially what looks like a large, like almost like a sinkhole. You go in a little bit, and it's like this big sinkhole that's there. He's just like, we would just need to dump them in there, and both of you can roll me d20s.
You just want us to throw the bodies in that hole?
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 19.
17.
Okay. Um, both of you see what look like the almost like I guess would say like entrance exits, like the paths from like little openings in the trees coming from those tree lines to this like sinkhole. you'll see divots that look like almost like if a cart traversed this path enough times, like or maybe if like a rabbit went through, but you see like divots in the ground or in the grass where you can kind of go like, oh, this has been walked on more than not. Um, you would see what looks like another cart off to the side of you that looks not as old and decrepit as the one that you had seen in the woods.
Hmm.
And uh, Dan, can you flip another card for me real quick?
Okay. Jeez, here we go. Final card.
Mhm.
Okay. Sure. All right. This one says, I mean, we can do the top down. Why not? It's there.
Yes. 1985 Games Cam.
This one says,
Ooh.
the fog and mist coalesce into a human shape. It beckons you to follow them.
Cool beans. So, he you see Pelvin gets off the cart and because you are pulling the cart, you're moving slower, he's able to go on ahead. And he's like standing at the edge of like this sinkhole and it's getting darker. You guys have spent the majority of the day on the battlefield. You guys, it was early, and then the day loading up corpses and then
Yep.
dragging them through the jungle. You're amazed that you got here before it was full dark, and you hear him go. It's just like you both have done a tremendous service. You do great work. You are completely necessary, and just I appreciate everything you do. And he just was looking over, and he's just like this.
Are we good? Can I get out now?
Yeah, well, we're gonna take a second trip.
Yes. But just bring the cart over here,
Oh,
and we'll be able to put it over.
okay. And he does.
Well, I suppose,
Okay.
yeah, I'll help him get out because he can't unload the bodies while he's still tied to it.
Well, we don't need to. Well, yes, we can. We could send the whole cart. It's up to you. Mm,
That's
and
okay.
he
No, I'll lift them. I'll lift each one of them individually if that's okay.
and you'll see that as it's getting dark, you'll see that a slight fog is rolling in from the low end of the tree line and just coming in. It's the night is getting cooler, and he's just like scampering to the back of the cart, and he's just like, we can do it now. We can hurry this up. And he will push the back of the cart. And Dunforth, can you roll me a d20 real quick?
Sure. Am I still attached by the by?
This is just before you're able to get it fully off. Yeah.
14.
Okay. You feel the cart lurch forward behind you. If you were to like peek over like to the side or above the bodies, you're like, what the?
Am I
You
getting
see
pulled
this.
backwards or am I pushed
You
forwards?
push forward
Oh,
towards
okay.
the edge of the sinkhole. If you and I'll let you say how this goes. It's either if you like pulled up towards it like head on thinking I'm gonna dump them over, or if you pulled over to the side, like you're pulling up to the curb to dump them over that way,
Yeah.
you're
Well,
either going
I would have
sideways or forward. So you tell me.
I would have definitely done like the whole backing it up thing where I would like dip it over like a wheelbarrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're going backwards then.
Yeah.
And if Egghat, if you're looking, you see that Pelvin is like facing the sinkhole with his hands behind him, and he is just marching forward. And for such a small individual, they look like they are not exerting as much strength as it would take to pull this cart, everything that's on it, and your very, very large friend. But they're pulling it and almost like whistling a jaunty tune as like they're going towards the sinkhole. And
Wait a
and
minute, I mean,
mhm.
we're gonna unload the bodies, but you don't need to go pushing or nothing. Shoot, man, you
Well,
push us into that pit, we're gonna fall down, and we're gonna hurt ourselves.
it'll just make the second trip easier. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. And
What makes it easier?
um, so he's still pulling. So it's are you fighting against it or are you trying to get yourself out, Dunford?
I trust an egg hat, so I will just pull against it versus trying to get out.
All right, so roll me a d20.
5.
You find that you cannot gain purchase,
Yeah.
and it is kind of like you just can't get yourself like the leverage or whatever to get yourself, and you are being pulled towards this sinkhole. Um, as you're going forward, the mist is getting a little more denser. You hear Pelvin go, it's just like, honestly, I don't know how we would get them all here if it wasn't for you. This is just, you make everything so much easier. And he's just pulling, and you aren't able to stop him.
Is it
Well, you didn't stop. You weren't able to pull back strong enough.
Egghead, what's
Egghat, you
going
want what?
on? I can't
Yeah, what do you
see.
want? Hmm.
Well, it's okay. I don't know. This guy's getting kind of weird. I'm gonna untie these knots though, just so you can help, and maybe we can unload the bodies faster.
Um, and he pulls out a
So,
dagger, and
okay.
that's how he unties nuts.
Okay. Roll me 2d20s. Like roll with advantage because one, you rolled a nat 20 to set these things, so you know these knots better than anybody.
I
So if
don't
anybody
know if
can
that's
untie
true or
them,
not.
you win.
I don't even know if
Fair,
that's true or
fair.
not.
That's also fair.
I rolled a 6 and an 11.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say you can cut the knots. You were able to cut him free and not cut Dan. Like not cut like Dunforth.
We're gonna,
So
That's okay.
you untie those knots. And then
They come undone.
yeah. And you see that so you're gonna let go, or you're gonna pull in the opposite direction, or you just get out of like the
No, I
cart
just get out of the
situation.
way. I grab
Okay,
my
yeah.
axe. Like I make sure that like I
Yeah,
grab
you
my axe.
you can get that out. The cart keeps going forward. Um, and unless anybody does anything, you will see that Pelvin kind of steps to the side and goes like, "Oh, you got out this time." And he one arm kind of like shoves the cart over, and
Egghead, he talks weird.
you don't hear anything.
Right.
Uh, and he claps his hands and he starts walking over to you. And he's reaching over and he's just like, I believe payment is in order, correct?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. You owe us lots of gold. You had a whole bunch of it. Yeah, let me see. Give it up.
and he takes a few steps and he's just like, well, come. That's I owe you a lot. I guess you should take as much as you can carry. And he beckons over to you to basically it seems like he's telling you to just scoop as much as you want out of the bag.
I can carry a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a lot.
Dungforth, you get in there. Get you big handful. I got little hands. I'll grab a little bit, but
You can come too. It's you can get as many as you both can carry.
I reach into the
yeah,
bag and I grab 2 big mitts full of gold coins.
Okay. You hear the gold
meaty
coins like
handful.
clatter in your hands. You probably have like adventuring like backpacks or something like that. So if you like after the first scoop, he's like, "Don't be shy. You can take more." Um, and just both of you d20s real quick.
I Egghead, I don't know what's going on.
That's 13.
18.
Okay. With the 18, you notice that he is not as short as he was at the beginning of all this. You notice it because to bend over to scoop to get this gold, you should be stooping much lower, and it's almost like it's at a height where it's easier for you. Um, and by the time you realize it, he's almost like looming a little bit, and his smile is almost impossibly like the grin is just it's distorted. It's definitely like not natural, and he's just like, "We're making that second trip now, right?"
Egg
And he
Egghead, he's
um
not normal.
and he will reach out and try to grab your wrist. He will try to reach out and grab both your wrists. And his
Oh,
arms look
bad idea.
freakishly long. So,
Our
I
cat
need you both
doesn't
to
like
roll real
being
quick.
touched.
Oh, that's a 10.
Okay. And what did
Thir-
Dunsworth?
13 for me.
Okay. So, the 13, he does not get your hand, but the other one he does get you. He clutches your wrist and he's just like, "Well, I'll be right back." And he starts dragging you over towards this pit.
All right. So at this
Mhm.
point,
Oh, get my
Mhm.
Dungfirth will take his double-sided axe
Mhm.
and try and chop his arm off. And
Okay.
as I'm chopping, it said, "Egghead doesn't like being touched."
Mhm. And you'll notice, and it'll make you even more mad as you start saying that. Almost in unison with you, he's in a mocking tone. He's like, "Egmore doesn't like being touched," and a very frustrated, like, "I've watched this movie enough times" type of way. So yeah, roll to
Oh,
hit.
I see. Okay. Okay. He's
Mhm.
repeating it like he's repeating a line from a movie he's seen a lot.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Roll to hit. Okay.
Mhm.
That is 11.
You see that it looks like it, like, hits, but it doesn't sink deep enough to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
When you pull the blade away, you don't see any sort of blood, no
Okay.
liquid. It's almost like you cut into,
This is
like
gonna
if you were to cut into a steak, like, you know
yeah.
what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like meat that's already at you. So you cut into meat, you feel that contact, but not enough where they stop, and they are just pulling you forward, and they're pulling you towards this. And
So this is gonna
mhm.
upset me enough to rage. I'm gonna rage.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, now you've done it. Now you're gonna done it. Look how mad you made him.
You see Dungfirth's eyes like get super wide and like ultra bloodshot. And his hair stands on end.
So you go into a rage. What does Egghat want to do? You're
Oh,
being pulled right now, so you can try to break free, or you can do something else.
um, Ed Hat is going to reach up under his hat with his
Ooh.
free arm.
And that's where he keeps all his alchemical potions.
Oh god, so dangerous.
Yeah. With the class selection, I don't think he's actually an alchemist or a bard, or maybe not even a rogue. He might just be a dude. But he's very convinced that he is, and so every once in a while he'll make alchemical potions, and he keeps them in his hat.
Mhm.
So
You asked for it now.
so he's gonna reach up into his hat and pull out a bottle and then smash it on the thing.
Okay, roll me 1d20, and the higher the number, the doper whatever it is you made, and then also roll to hit. So we'll see if whatever you concocted is going to be of any use to you.
Sure.
And a one is going
Roll
to be
roll
you
that
just made.
roll that 1 and then roll that 20, baby. Let's see it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Let's see how good this is going to be,
It's just
especially if you're
dirt.
just like a dude.
I just put dirt in a bottle and put water in
That's
it.
what I mean. Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
mud.
Mud. Yeah.
Justice.
Oh
What?
God, this is.
One, I swear to God,
You
I
rolled a 1?
You rolled a one. Okay, so
Justice.
you guys see that. This is from beneath his hat. Just as he takes it out from beneath his hat, you see this potion bottle, and it doesn't look special at all. And then the moonlight hits it, and it glows this fantastic yellow red shade of something. And Dunferth, the way the light catches it, you go, this is one of those special ones. And you don't know which one you grabbed. You don't know if this is one of your special ones or not, or whatever the situation is, but you feel confident that this is gonna wreck face. Now roll a d20 to slam this onto him. If it's another one, I
12.
love
I
I
rolled a
will
12.
okay. You are right there. You hit him. It does break. You see that the
Confidence is the
you
key.
hear a fizz, you hear like a fizzing noise.
Yeah, you
But
don't know.
the little bit that splashes on your hand, you notice that it doesn't exactly hurt. This is essentially like imagine like you took like Alka-Seltzer like fizz, and so like it is not hurting. You do feel like the glass in this instance has kind of done more than the actual
Yeah, yeah.
whatever it was. Um, but they do not look like they're stopping. Roll me another d20 as
Oh
he's
no,
trying
he's
to
immune to
rehold.
my potions.
Fantastic. He's immune to potions.
That's a 6.
Oh
Okay, you are
no.
you are he rolled a 3. You are able to retch your hand free though. And maybe your potion did it. Maybe your potion didn't hurt him, but maybe it loosened his grip and made him weak enough to let you go.
Hell yeah.
It
Maybe
lubed
that's what
my
it is. It,
arm
it
Just
up.
lubed
lubricated
you.
it.
Yeah, it basically just helped you slip out of his hand. And he just turns around. He's just like, and once again, he is looming. He is large. It is unsettling
Okay.
as he's coming forward. But he's looking at you both. The fog is before you guys realized it is just now slowly all over the ground.
Dude, chat is coming out with some bangers right now. The
I can't
power of
see because I took. I,
distraction and lubrication, the
oh
potion of
God!
escape.
Oh, that's
And
so
then
good. The potion of escape.
confidence was the key the whole time. Did you just toss diet soda at him?
Oh, it's so good. I took off my glasses, so I can't read any
Shit,
chat. So this
that's
is
funny.
fantastic.
All right, sorry, I
Um,
was dying.
no, it's all good. So he's just like, now you both do an important job. You are the ones that make sure that all these souls get to where they're supposed to be. Now we need to go back again. And he's gonna take 2 dumb strides towards you and automatically like be at you,
Mhm.
over you, and moonlight is just causing shadow to dominate you both right now. Are you guys trying to fight him? Are you guys trying to push
Shut
him
up
in? Are you
talking your
trying to get out?
mouth. And I make an attack.
Okay, go for it. Roll.
Can I make these reckless and just like roll with
Hells yeah.
advantage?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
cool.
can. You're putting everything out there.
Oh, jeez, natural 20 on the first roll.
Okay. Were you aiming for anywhere specific?
His stupid talking face.
Okay,
I
yeah.
mean,
You make contact, and you feel it sink in, and you feel if you like, like you get like on the base edge of like a blade or a katana or just any cutting blade. If you like leverage it, you can
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
get more slicing action. You get it just right where you can kind of like baseball pivot and then get more slice. You feel the part where your blade meets the neck,
Mhm.
and then you put more back into it, and you feel your axe cleave right through. You guys can see it'd basically be the image of like from behind this guy looming over you guys, Eggfort like this looking up with his dope hat, and your baseball swing, and then the head. And we will see that the silhouette of the head looks very similar to the head that you were holding in the beginning of this. And as he's whispering, satiate, satiate, and it rolls over and it's just staring at you with this horrible grin. It's just like, you will do what you have to do and you will satiate this hunger. And his body is still there looming over you.
I'm gonna
um
I'm gonna pick it up.
mhm.
I'm gonna pick up the head and be like, "Hey, egghead, I found some food."
Um, while he's holding up the head that he's just lopped off, Egghat is
Mhm.
gonna yell, "Sneak attack!" and grab 2 more potions and slam them into the neck hole.
Okay. roll me roll me a d20 with disadvantage because he's tall as hell. He's so tall. He's so tall.
That's an 8 and a 10.
Okay. They smash into him. The 8 like just kind of like gets on his knee. Like it doesn't get very high. The 10 gets higher, but you aren't able to get all up in his neck. Um, both of you roll me d20s real quick.
Oh my god.
Ooh, 19, son.
Rolled another
Okay.
1.
Oh God.
Okay. With the 1, because he rolled very bad, but he will beat a 1. He manages to grab you again. And
Oh!
there's no words coming from this body, but you can hear coming from the head. He's like, "You will do what you have to do."
I just start punching the
And
head.
yeah, and you just hear the smashing,
Psychopath!
the wet smashing of fist to face.
Egghead
Um,
told me to do this last time.
yeah. And he is going forward. Egghat, you will see that as you get to the edge of this like sinkhole, roll me a d20.
14.
Okay. You will see that there are many levels into this sinkhole. The bottom, you aren't sure if you can see that far. It kind of goes to like darkness. But as the fog kind of drifts in and goes down, you will see on some levels different carts that are very similar to the one that you had. Um, and at various levels of destruction, as like, if it fell from like, and one fell from higher, one fell from lower. um this one looks like it'd been there for much longer. Another one that the only reason you're pretty sure it's a cart is because there's so many other ones. But around these carts you will see, one of the ones that don't look as old, you will see a skeletal bugbear that looks like it has been affixed to the front of this cart in some way, shape, or form. You will see one that looks like, there is, a mass of skeletons that are piled high, almost like a Beverly Hillbillies like stack on the
Yeah.
back of this cart that are just impossibly high, but also with a small skeleton on the top that looks like it's wearing a dope ass hat. And at the bottom of this, there is something, like it's not the bottom. You could tell it keeps going, but there is almost like this swirling, and it's like a drain going down a little bit. And you hear from, well, you hear coming from Dunforth, but he's just like, "You will keep collecting until they're all gone." And yeah, you punch him like at the end of that. He's gonna try to throw you down there.
Oh shit.
And I need you to roll higher than a 4.
Egghead, don't fail me now.
I need you to roll higher than a 4. Let me be honest, he rolled a 4.
I don't know how we to live without you, Egghead.
7.
Yes.
A 7. Okay. You go, and the motion of him throwing you, um, roll me one more d20 because I want to see how dope this is, because I have 2 ways this can go in my brain.
7.
A 7? Okay. Um, it's, it's almost like at the part where he would, like, get you just off, there's still a little bit of slippery potion on him, and you just manage to get out of his grasp again, and he goes to throw you. The non-existent head looks at its hand, and the torso looks at you. You are not thrown in. um you what do you want to do?
Um, Possibly, if he
Mhm.
was going to throw me and I slipped out, would he be off balance at this point?
Yeah, I think it's not crazy. Yeah.
Um, I'm going to whip my hat off in a very elaborate fashion
Hmm.
and dump out the contents of my hat in an
Okay.
attempt to
I,
get him to slip and slide and fall down
okay.
this
I'm
this thing.
imagining this like this is your hat of holding, and this is like a bunch of shit is coming out right now.
He's a rogue
So
at casting grease, but literally
yeah,
not either one of those things.
yes. So go ahead and roll me a d20. This is fantastic.
That's a 3.
Oh my god,
Okay.
Justice,
Um.
your rolls tonight.
Okay.
Terrible.
So, did you in your brain imagine a lot of bottles coming out, or just like maybe you didn't have as many as you thought? It could be
Um,
a lot. I'm just wondering what you envisioned as you like whipped this out.
to be honest, I envisioned like 3 glass things tumbling out and then maybe some dust or something and a
Okay.
bird.
I was gonna say a freaking duck. I was gonna say
Definitely
like a
like
small duck. Like that's so hilarious. It's like you read my freaking
Okay.
mind. But instead of like flying out, like the bottles, whatever, they do tumble out a little bit. I'm just gonna Nope, he does not slip and fall. It's there. It's basically the two of the bottles break at his feet. One one cracks open, and you hear like a small like "Ooh," like a moan come out of it. And it's like a green face like "Ooh," like come out, and then one doesn't even break.
Man.
What does Dunforth want to do?
Dunforth is going to first off, have I shut this face up or no?
Every once in a while it still whispers, and you are mashing its face, and it's just now is sit wet, it's like
Okay. So if he won't shut up, then what I'm
Mhm.
going to sorry. That's just, okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to throw Dunforth is going to throw the head
Mhm.
into this whirling portal at the bottom of
Mhm.
this thing, and I'm
Yeah.
going to try and Sparta kick the body that is stumbling but not falling over
Okay.
the whatever,
I
the
will
bottles.
I will allow yeah, so it's like you almost like bonus action alley-oop it,
Yeah, just like
and
toss it.
then so it's like, yeah, because that's simple. You can just be like, "Ugh," and so that'll be lobbed, and then Sparta kick. So roll for the Sparta kick.
Okay. Oh shit, that is off the table. Ugh. Sparta kick is a 19.
Okay, you make solid contact. Um, okay. Won't roll me one more d20 as he tries to grab your foot as he's falling backwards.
I swear to God. I swear.
Mhm.
Natural 20.
Okay, because he rolled a 19.
I swear to God. 20. Hold up,
And
hold
you
up, hold up. I actually, for the first time in the history of all my TTRPGs, I could show you. That's a natural 20.
is that a rolling Feywild dice
It's a
that you
rolling
have there?
Feywild dice, yeah.
Oh
That
my
is a pretty
goodness.
die right there.
Sponsor.
How can people get that? How
Sponsor.
can people get
Sponsor.
the rolling Feywild dice? Those are some pretty dice right there.
We'll talk about it after stream. We'll talk about
Okay,
it after
cool.
stream.
All right. They almost grab your hand, grab your leg, and you were able to whatever, like just get out of its way. It tumbles backwards. You, as it's falling, you hear, "Shit," and it goes down.
Dungfirth will say, "This is my foot!" And I kick him.
Yep. And you're good. This thing isn't around you right now. You see that the ground is really covered in this fog, and I need both of you to roll me d20s. And
Okay.
this will be like, I think, last thing.
God, I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
19.
18.
Awesome. Dope. Okay. So, you see the cart there. The ground is a bit obscured because of this. What do you guys want to do right now? This thing isn't there. You feel on your bag that you have a crap ton of gold. You that's there. So what do you want to do?
Well, Dangforth, I don't know how you would have gotten through this without me. I swear to God, I'm here. You need to be thankful for me being
I am.
right,
Okay.
we got
Are
all
you
this
guys gonna
gold.
walk away? Like,
You think that maybe can we salvage this cart? You want to pull the cart a little more? Do you enjoy that?
Can I roll to lie?
yeah, yeah, do it.
That's a 2. I'm like, uh-huh.
All right.
Good. All right. Pull the carts
Great.
apart.
Okay. I'm gonna say since you both rolled high, the ground is obscured, but you're both situationally aware that you don't just walk into the pit. Because if you
Oh, yeah,
the ground
okay.
is obscure the
I'm
ground is
glad we don't
obscured
just
enough.
walk into the fucking pit.
Correct. The ground is obscured enough where you guys can be like, "All right, I'm glad we made it out of there." Do, do, do.
Looney Tunes it.
You don't just walk into it.
We'll
Correct.
walk like 4 or 5 steps over the pit, and then we'll
Correct.
fall.
Correct. You are you dumping the bodies? You taking the bodies with you? What are you doing with the cart?
Oh, we're taking the bodies. It's food.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you take.
You don't want to waste a good body.
Okay, yeah. So you go, um, and you are walking through the woods. The fog is getting denser and denser and denser. and you will eventually get through this opening into what you expect to be the other end of this, and you are at this same clearing again. And it's confusing. It doesn't make any sense. And you turn around and you go back and you go and you keep going and you end up at this clearing again. And you keep going. Eventually, you will start to get hungry. It is You'll feel like hours have passed, but it doesn't get any darker. It doesn't get any brighter. The moon is just as bright as it is, and it stays that way. Um, and you always end up at this pit. How long do you do this? How long
Way
do you guys
longer
think
than
that
you might think.
eventually you'll get super hungry? So what do? You just start eating. You start eating the bodies.
Egghat, I saved you the good part. I just throw him a
Is it
body.
the head?
Yeah, it's the head.
I don't
Okay.
want the head. I've told you so many times I hate heads.
Oh. Well, are you gonna eat that?
No, here you go. You can have it. I'm gonna eat this tasty liver back here, though.
Fine. Yes.
Yeah.
It's been
So,
jangling by my head for the last 4 hours. I might as well
are you
go ahead.
cooking it? You just nomming on it? Like you just
gives
digging them?
a fist pump, and no, he just bites right into it, son.
Yeah. So,
So I'm gonna get that
you eat,
liver.
yeah, and you keep going. You can go left, right, different directions to go. Like instead of going straight out, you end up at this pit repeatedly. Um, if you keep eating, you'll you know keep going through what you got, but you
I
find that you
assume
keep
this is
ending
just
up
an
at this
infinite
thing.
loop, and we're just. I don't have.
Yeah.
I think we're not
how-
that smart.
Do you do it? Do you do anything different? Yeah. Do you do anything different?
Until Egghat says anything, I'm not going to. Even if Dungfirth has that like spark of like,
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute, he still would never try to outsmart Egghat, so he would never bring it up.
So you keep going. You keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
Eventually, you'll find that the pile of bodies in the back is starting to get really low.
'Kay.
You keep going.
I say,
Mhm.
maybe we should go back to the battlefield. There was lots of bodies there.
Dangforth, what did I tell you about thinking?
Oh, don't.
That's right. You leave the thinking to me.
Sorry.
But I've been thinking, and I think maybe we should go back to the battlefield.
Oh, that's a good
Fantastic.
idea.
So
Thank you. I got a whole
you
brain full of them.
you basically keep going until you find the battlefield. Every time you head in a direction, though, you end up at this thing, at this pit. And I'm gonna say, just both of you roll me d20s, and this will be the last roll.
3.
Mhm.
13.
Okay. You guys eventually run out of bodies.
I will
Mhm.
sacrifice my own hand in order to eat.
Okay.
Just as a heads up.
Okay. You go, you keep going,
Mhm.
and you eventually, Dunforth, you find that it's been a little quiet for a little bit.
Okay.
You get to the pit again, and whether or not it gets to the point where it's so monotonous, you just like maybe breathe and do it again. But you find that this time it was kind of quiet, and when you look back into the cart, you see a lifeless egg hat.
Okay.
You don't know how long they have been quiet.
Okay.
It's just this repetitive over and over again. You aren't sure, but they're there. They're quiet. Their hat is still dope. What do you do? Do you keep going or do you just?
I have a really sentimental moment
Mhm.
where my best friend just died. Like
That
I'm
rolls
like
to see which one of you died first.
I'm literally okay. I'm literally like the little boy in Dumb and Dumber that has his parakeet killed. Yeah,
Mhm.
Petey. And so I'll stand Egghat up as if he's still alive and
Mhm.
talk to him like he's still alive and just keep
Mhm.
him with me as I continue on the journey.
Okay. And you keep doing it, and you eventually run out of bodies.
I guess I just
Either you
die. I don't know.
and what'll happen is what we'll see is we will see the cart in pretty good condition, empty, and what we'll hear is the sound of wheels turning in underbrush, and we'll hear the sound of Pelvin going, "We're almost there. I can see the clearing. We're almost there." And you'll hear Egghat noticing that there is a cart in the distance, and you'll see Dunsforth saying, "It's just like there's there's some sort of." So you'll see that there is like a large skeleton bugbear like cradling a smaller body, but it has a dope ass hat, and the cart looks like it's been there for a little bit. Whether you guys investigate it or not, you might try to pull off a wheel and see that the wheel may hold together, but you pull a wheel off of it. Maybe Egghat takes it and has a double hat, or maybe now
Do
Dunford
do
has a
I
matching hat.
do I realize that where I grab this
Mhm.
cloth off of, do I realize that it was like in the pelvic area of the creature that I was grabbing it from? So that's why I kind of like got the idea that it might be good for a loincloth.
Maybe,
I see that. I
maybe.
can see that.
But you keep going, and until that battlefield is clear, you guys are gonna be getting rid of these. You're gonna be playing cleanup,
Just looping
and
forever
mhm,
until we die every time.
yeah.
Ever.
Whoever Pelvin is, he's got a job, and you guys are helping him do his job. So,
And
it'll just be
it's
you
kind of a
guys
shitty
wheeling.
job. But
It's just you guys
maybe he's keeping
wheeling,
the whole end of the world from happening, by doing this.
but you guys are wheeling. You will see you guys wheeling to the clearing, and the slow fog going over the U's that we just said goodbye to, as it's looming into the clearing, to the ones that are over there, and that's how we'll end.
All right. So,
God damn.
for everybody
God
that's
damn.
watching,
I don't like doing that. I don't like taking player agency. I'm sorry, that was fucked up at the end. I apologize.
well, I think when it comes to a time limit on an episode, I think player agency kind of stops at the time
Yeah,
limit. So,
yeah.
so yeah,
It's like, "You dead, son.
you
You
did.
dead. You
Actually, you
real
just
dead."
died. So let's see. Here we go. Top down. We get a little top down here. So right here are the 3 cards that we used. I know it
Mhm.
might be a little bit more difficult to read if I just turn this a little bit. But you see, a group of cannibals offers to guide you through the jungle that they have one condition: ancient basalt boulders bear deep carvings that the images depict an apocalypse, and the fog and mist coalesce into a human shape, and it beckons you to follow. And with all those cards combined, you get today's episode.
Yeah. And the warrior, I had the warrior carries a severed head and it utters cryptic prophecies. I had that. That's how you guys started this. Um, and if you guys rolled higher on those boulder checks, y'all would have seen that hole. Y'all would have seen
Like the whole like repeated kind of
you
thing
would
going over again.
you would have seen a loop. Yeah, you would have seen that. You
Very
guys are
nice.
on cleanup.
The
Yeah.
Groundhog's Day, except for like we actually die every time.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
dig it.
It
I dig
sucks.
it. All right. So that is the most cards we've used in a like a 1.5 hour session. So that you can see that, you could literally roll, an hour and a half's worth of content from one card, or if you
Oh yeah.
want, you can literally just make an entire like wild
Curveball it. Just yep.
constant curveball, constant like curveball.
If you wanna get spicy, just full blown
Throw
throw another card out there and see what happens.
throw your players for a loop and just keep drawing cards. The more cards you draw, the more wild it's gonna get. Damn. All right. Well, Justice, Egghat had an unfortunate death.
Yeah, you guys, I'm gonna miss Egghat and Dungfirth. I feel like they need a spin-off.
We had an excellent bromance
I
of Dumb
I
and Dumber
almost
style.
I almost expected when you said you were reaching under the hat for like a potion, it's like I'm gonna reach out and pull out a concoction I made, and then I would like to rage. I thought you were gonna like that's gonna be the reveal that you were also a barbarian. And like it's just like you say you're all these things, but you're really a barbarian. Like,
Well, it was excellent. Thank you again to Juni from well, Nat One Fun and other stuff.
yeah, I'm a
So
very nerdy dad. That is my verynerdydad.com. That's my thing. And I'm a DM on startplaying.games. If anybody else wants me to do random crap with them, but that's me. Thank you, Dan, for letting me hijack your situation here.
no, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for running the game. I know it was kind of last minute and everything like that, but I think you killed it. It was very well done.
Thank you,
I
thank
like
you.
the fact that you also had some 1985 game swag like ready to go to
Oh
help
yeah, no,
out.
I was just like I'm gonna mess things up right in the beginning. I don't care
So
what he says.
yeah, no, it's great. We changed things up a little bit, and it absolutely it worked. So I'm happy we were able to run it through. I'm really happy that we got to play Dungfirth and Egghat. Justice playing the incredible Egghat the Vivacious. So Justice, where can they find you, my friend?
Thank you, Junie. That was so much fun. That was that was a stupid blast. I got to play
That's
character.
what I
Um,
specialize in.
you can find me on the socials at Stashmandu. I work for 1985 Games, so I will be at PAX East in a couple weeks. And until then, we have our Kickstarter going on and for another 15 days, I think. And what do I got going on? I got this week on Thursday is the finale of our the first season of our Avatar game over on the DAT network.
Nice.
Things get deep. Like
Yes.
it's a really good cast. It's a lot of fun. We play with a lot of emotions, and next week we're doing pro bending. And that is all I have currently. I do have a V5 game coming up on Gehenna Gaming.
Oh,
I
nice,
don't know
nice.
when, we have not announced a start date yet, but it's called Bleeding Kansas, and we're going to be playing some vampires in Kansas City of all
Oh, that's
places.
Hell
that's
yeah.
fun.
Hell yeah.
And then I have one more announcement that's going to be coming. It's going to be coming soon. I don't know when yet, but stay tuned.
Rock on. I mean, I love the fact that we've all got something kind of coming up on the horizon.
I
It's
think
a
we all got like similar
yeah,
projects that
that's great.
we can't even say to each other yet. But I was like, I think we're all doing similar things right now. I'll tell you that.
I will say that Now One Fun and Gehenna Gaming, we are kind of hitting it off recently. We have our Morkborg game on Fridays now. You can check that out. So, hi, Dan, Nat One Fun. If you don't know who I am, welcome. This is where you can find me, Nat One Fun. Search Nat One Fun everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, blah, 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 blah. You'll find me. YouTube, especially for like reruns / VODs and stuff like that. But for my schedule, you can find us here every Monday night. You can check us out doing some kind of improv show for 1985 games. And then on Wednesdays, you can catch Running Fey Wild every other Wednesday. Running Fey Wild, who has the illustrious Juni here, right here, as one of our cast members. And you can catch me on Fridays on the Gehenna Gaming channel for our Morkborg game. Last week, we had the April Fool's version where we played Duckborg. So,
That was good.
yeah,
I saw 75% of it, and I loved every bit of
it's
it.
a DuckTales take on Morkborg. And if you don't know what Morkborg is, it's like a black metal type, like death metal-esque take on like dungeon. It's like, a TTRPG where it's like end of the world, and it's just very like, I don't know how to say it without saying like Satanist, but it's like it has a very like dark theme to it,
Metalocalypse type of
metalocalypse kind of stuff,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden get thrown into the world of Duckburg in
Somebody chewed their way through a back seat. I know that happened at one
we
point.
did. Yeah, there was that
Somebody
happen.
did do that. Somebody
Go
was in the
check
car
it
and
out
chewed
on
their way out
Gehenna
there.
Gaming's channel every Friday. And then on Saturdays, we still have our Rime of the Frost mating campaign you can catch every single week at noon. And you can also catch me at PAX East coming up soon. So we'll be there. That's pretty much all I have to go. All I have left. Do you guys have anything else before we go?
Yeah, I just I half did a thing, but like I'm Juni Ruiz. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Justice. This was real fun, and I proved something to myself because I was like, can I do this? Can I just make? Let's do it. Let's try it. So this was awesome. I appreciate it. This is so great. But I'm at Juni Ruiz on Twitter, at Professor Juni on TikTok. I have secret projects that I can't talk about yet too. But if you go to verynerdydad.com/links, I have like my socials and my DM stuff on there from startplaying.games. And this Wednesday, I will be on a running Feywild on the Nat One Fun channel. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but I play a high anxiety kobold from Dan's Closet. So it is a lot of fun. Come back here for that, please. I will I will appreciate it. I want to see you again. So thank you all.
Well, maybe we'll have Junie on the show again, and we'll mix it up and maybe throw somebody else in the mix. I like to keep bringing in guests and keep bringing in people from the TTRPG realm, so you might see some repeats and everything like that. And of course, Justice is here with me most of the time, so catch us here a lot. So thank you all very much for joining us. Unfortunately, Warlocks and Waffles, the people we were gonna raid tonight, they literally just ended their game as we ended ours. So we are going to go ahead and jump over. We're going to raid the Venture Maidens. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you all for joining us tonight. And I hope you all have a blessed week. And keep being your best selves, everybody. Let them know where you came from. If you are chilling out and raiding with us, let them know where you came from. And I will see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Peace.